And welcome back to White Mountains today. It is my pleasure to welcome from Angels and Elves, Dick, Vicki, and Marie Lee. Good morning to you
Good morning.
both.
Good morning.
And thank you so much for joining us. Every year I look forward to hearing about this great organization and what you guys are doing for kids here in the Mount Washington Valley. So, Dick, do you want to start with the history of Angels and Elves? What does it do and how long has it been around?
Well, Angels and Elves has been around for about 23 years. There was a young lad in the valley who recognized that there was a need, underserved children, not getting gifts at Christmas. Name was Alex Levine. And he and his girlfriend started the program with a couple of locals. And two of those locals were Harry and Roberta Stead from the start. And they ran the program for about 9 years. And then it got to be a little bit much. They went out with a letter to the community announcing that they wanted to get out of the program, but were looking for somebody to take it over.
Right, because it's such an essential need here, because the holidays can't be painful for kids that don't, see,
Absolutely.
The Christmas cheer
That's
come
it.
through.
Well, one of the letters came to Charlie Maller, who runs the 1785, and Charlie is a fellow Kiwanian. He saw the letter, came to the Kiwanis board and said, guys, this is what Kiwanis is all about, taking care of
Perfect fit,
children.
yeah.
So Kiwanis took it over in 2002 and has been with it ever since.
Wonderful.
And we provide gifts at Christmas for those families that cannot afford to take care of their children with how they would like to on Christmas Day.
Wow.
We average about 500 children each season. And when a parent makes out an application, they do so with two lists, needs and wants. Needs, pretty much winter clothing, socks, gloves, boots, parkas, ski pants, etc. But no kid likes to wake up Christmas morning and opening up clothing. So there are Tonka toys and doll houses and
Yeah,
that sort
the
of thing
fun
that
stuff,
also
yeah.
go along with it.
Now, Marie, let's talk about some of these, because it is new stuff. You don't want donations of used clothing,
Correct. Santa only brings new things.
right?
And we have people who can volunteer in many different ways. And our job is to coordinate all of those volunteers. We have people who will come in and say, I'm very busy, but here's a check, which is wonderful. We have people that come in and say, I'm retired and I don't have a lot of money, but I have plenty of time. So we put them to work wrapping or shopping with the money that's been donated. And the new things we buy on the off season, we do this all year long, just not in November and December.
Right.
So that
Well, yeah, I don't imagine that it could be possible just during 1 or 2 months
Exactly.
to pull this all together when you're talking 500 kids
that's right.
in need.
So we have the good fortune of having the TD Bank in Conway that gives us free storage space. So when we buy warm jackets and snow pants at the end of the season with the big markdowns, we have something to start with.
Wonderful. So TD Bank has come in. Is that?
Yes, the manager there is one of our team leaders.
Oh, great.
But again, this is not just a Kiwanis event. This is a whole community event.
It
started
is,
before
yeah.
Kiwanis.
Right.
We organize it and administer it, but we couldn't do it without the whole community taking part. And
It
they
is
do.
true. It is true. It's a community thing, but big kudos to the Kiwanis Club for spearheading it, because that's where the leadership comes in and giving people the opportunity to do a nice thing. And you mentioned some of the things that people can do. Sponsor, money is always welcomed. Help with shopping, but also there's a timeline of best volunteer opportunities. And right now you're looking for sponsors and applicants.
That's true.
And then the wrapping will come a little bit later.
Right, we don't have any gifts back yet, so we have nothing to wrap.
Okay.
But come Thanksgiving week, then it really starts to ramp up, and all the stuff comes in basically all at once. So those last 2 weeks before we close, when we're there 7 days a week, we have plenty of wrapping opportunities and need for help.
Okay, and when can folks come into the office at this point if they need to apply?
Yeah, well, we don't call it an office, we call it Elf headquarters.
There you go. Awesome.
And we are open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from noon until 5:30 through Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day off. Then on that Friday and Saturday we're open, closed Sunday, and then from Monday through the 16th of December we're open every day from 11 in the morning until 5:30 in the afternoon. And people can
ramping it
stop
up.
at any time. How can we help? You got anything to wrap? It's a fairly organized program, and team leaders each responsible for 50 children. And that is seeing that they get the gifts, that they're wrapped, they get to the right parent, etc. If there are gifts that need to be wrapped, those bags are so marked, so a volunteer can come in, see that there are some things to be wrapped, and sit down with the wrapping paper.
Wonderful.
We have wrapping stations all set up.
Great.
And then they go to town.
And this is a huge help for Santa, for those kids that are out there that are watching, that this organization has come to assist Santa
Absolutely.
with delivering to the right houses, to the right kids, which is always appreciated by him and his elves.
We close on the 16th. That
Right.
gives us plenty of time to get those gifts in the hands of Santa.
Great, excellent. So you mentioned some of the hours. They can find more information at your website. It's MWVKiwanis.org.
Correct.
And you can get the hours and information about Angels and Elves, the sponsorship opportunities, which are big right now. You guys, again, can accept cash. You can accept payments to help buy the presents. And then the volunteer opportunities will be ramping up as the season progresses. So let's talk. I have your headquarters right next to Black Cap Restaurant.
That's correct.
And you just mentioned the days and hours, and I have November 2nd on there. Why do I have November 2nd?
That's
on my
when we
notes?
opened.
Okay. I was like, what does that date mean?
The Sunday before was absolutely, or the Saturday before, on the 29th of October, we had 2 box trucks, a truck with a trailer, 2 different storage facilities, and approximately 40 volunteers. Broken into 2 teams that started at 8:30 in the morning, and by 10:30 had everything moved into Elf headquarters.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
And then the following Monday, volunteers came in, broke everything out, set everything up, and we were off and running on the 2nd.
I love it. And if they need to call, if you're not mobile but you do want to give, you can call them at 356-8710. And if you don't have internet access, that's also a good way to get in touch with Angels and Elves. Now, folks, again, you can stop in for an application, you can call, you can go to the website, and let's talk about what this means for a lot of kids and for parents in general that need a little help, with Christmas.
There are numerous occasions when a mother, when she sees the gifts that have been provided, will break down in tears out of gratitude. One of the more gratifying things is when you have a mother come in and ask to sponsor a couple of children because 4 years ago she was the recipient of the program and now she wants to give back.
And they're on their feet
Yep.
and giving back, which is kind of what this is all about.
Absolutely.
And you actually have a letter that...
This is a typical letter that we receive from parents, and often we're asked, why do we do this? And I think this letter pretty well sums it up. And it reads, the holiday season is a time to celebrate and recognize the most important pieces of our lives. When experiencing personal hardships, it is sometimes impossible to feel joy and happiness. Right now, we had to swallow the truth of not being able to provide Christmas to my children the way they deserve. We know that you know just how much, we want you to know just how much we appreciate what you have done for us this holiday season. When I watch my children open these gifts Christmas morning, I will keep you close to my heart and thank you so much for bringing smiles to their little faces on Christmas morning.
It's wonderful, Thikla. I can't continue the interview anymore. Well, thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Angels and Elves is a wonderful organization. Again, folks can find more information on their website, MWVKiwanis.org, or call 356-8710. Did we get all the information? I'm a mess. Did we get all the information out there?
Don't feel bad. We have tears of joy all the time at Angels and Elves.
Wonderful. So
We
there
really
are
do.
volunteer opportunities
Absolutely.
that you can get in and
Yes.
help.
One of the other things I'd like to mention is that a sponsorship doesn't have to be an individual coming in. We have many offices and businesses that decide to sponsor as a group, and they'll come in and they'll sponsor a family, and they'll all chip in and buy these gifts.
Wonderful.
Oftentimes, you know, you pull names with people you work with, and we all know that we're pretty okay if you're working, that you don't need that gift, but it's a real team building exercise when people come in, and we'll take a large family and sponsor them, and they come back with
I think that's a
all
wonderful
kinds of gifts.
idea.
It's-
So
it's really a
corporate
good thing.
sponsors are also welcome.
And
that you can
neighbors,
come in.
neighbors, families, you know, aunts and uncles, they get together on Thanksgiving, and it's become their tradition. We have many sponsors who live in Massachusetts or Rhode Island, and they say there's nothing like this back where we are.
Well,
So
wonderful.
they'll
Well, we live in
sponsor
a
up
great
here.
valley, so it's
It is.
Yeah.
a great opportunity for
Absolutely.
folks to be part of the community. And thank you again, both of you. I know it's a lot of time. It's a labor of love, but I really appreciate what you're doing for the kids.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for
folks,
having us.
again, more information, MWVKiwanis.org, and you can link it, we'll post it on our website as well, so you have easy access to it. All right, we'll be back with more here on White Mountains Today.